Melek?
Hmm. Indeed.
Gepwin?
All good.
Jar?
Yes, ready.
All right, let's on the count of three, I'll hit the play button on the intro and we'll get started. 3, 2, 1. So you mean my little girl will never grow up? Sir, it is a very complicated case, and indeed the antivirals have been less than stellar in combating the virus. It is not necessarily a fatal prognosis. After all, the disease has no effect on the brain and other nerve tissue. She may yet survive. Are you saying cybernetics? Yes. Yes, I am. At least in the long run. If that's not an option for you financially, there are options to bypass those difficulties. Or, for a more modest fee, she could be put into a coma and suspended as just her nervous system until you have means to purchase a full body. That's monstrous. No, Jaws, please. Please, and we can't afford a body. As I said, there are some options to bypass the financial problem. There are several charities, for instance, that offer up minimal cybernetics. Would give her a minimal body, which could let her interact with the world to a degree, and can be upgraded in time. Eventually, she may even be able to live a full and healthy life. I'm sending you the information there. Feel free to look it over and, well... But do know that the lotteries that are involved are very competitive. The chances of success are quite low, especially given her timeline. Are there other options? Yes. Yes, there are other options. I hate offering up the suggestion, but the Escobar Combat School has a part of its entry requirements be that new applicants and that are accepted become fully cybernetic, undergo a full conversion. They pay for it in exchange for attending their academy and 20 years of service post-graduation. It's a hard life, but once she has completed her time and studies, she'll have a working body and a potential career path open to her. She is just barely old enough to apply, as is, but given her situation, they would likely not turn her down. Sir, I have no intention of forcing my little one into a life of servitude, a life of violence. She will not become a monster. Sir, I'm not laying out the option. I'm just laying out the options. You have a few days before a decision is needed, and she's too far gone. Talk it over with your family and with her. Make sure she knows the what of the options, what they mean, the good and the bad, the risks. You may be her father, but if this could mean her end, you should listen to what she has to say. All right. Thank you. Well then. Welcome back to Stellar Renaissance with me, Izixs, and...
Me, Melek, playing Alex Carter.
And me, Bill, playing 6577 Hexlug.
Me, Gepwin, playing Simon Xander, the third gentleman adventurer.
And me, Jararered, playing as Scott.
Yes. And today's adventure begins with Scott. Last time, Scott,
Oh boy.
you were having some problem with your luggage, correct?
I believe I was.
Yes, and after the voyage on the LCS Cairo, the ship docked with the asteroid space station, Greenhaven, and you were informed that your luggage could be picked up, sort of. After the rest of the group moved off to go meet up with your guys' contacts, Eli and Melandra, you were directed to go to one of the cargo processing areas on a level down, a little bit, a floor or two under the where you disembarked from the Cairo. Are you going to follow this suggestion?
Yes.
All right. You get down there, and there is a person at a desk that seems very uninterested in talking to you, but they do sort of wave you off in the direction of the cargo processing area. Lots of crates, lots of things being moved in, et cetera, et cetera. Sort of a general shipping container-ish type place. And there are a number of workers wandering around, but there is one guy who spots you and who, wearing a dock worker's uniform, comes up to you and says, "Hey, who are you?"
I'm Scott. I'm just looking for one of my bags of stuff that got lost.
Bags of stuff that got lost. Hi, I'm Barry. It's finally good to meet you face to face. Scott, right? Okay. Come on over here. And he waves you off to a spot kind of out of the main floor behind some of the other some of the larger containers.
Alrighty, I guess I'd follow him.
All right, you're not gonna bash him upside the head with your fist.
I'm questioning why he knows me already.
You get the general impression that he doesn't quite recognize the name, but he thinks he knows you at the very least. So, he takes you behind the container, and there on a table is a number of pieces of luggage of various sorts, including your bag. He grabs the bag upon arriving there first, and says to you, "All right, the package is in here. I am going to get paid, right?"
Is it necessary to be paid? Or is this like a tip?
Well, this is why I'm doing this, right? I'm not going to just, make sure this gets through customs all right without, a little compensation. You're not backing out at this stage, right? Right?
I don't remember if I have any. I don't think I have money on me, right?
Well, it depends. Did you leave it in your pocket or in your bag?
Let me see. Well, I don't think I ever added any. Wait, no, hold on. I don't even remember putting that somewhere.
All right. Well, you'd probably have money in the form of some credit chip sort of device that's sort of standard for everybody at this point in the far future. It's something that most folks would keep in their pocket, but given you're not really from around here, it's really up to you which of the two options you got.
I'm gonna go by my judgment and think that was important and have that in my pocket still.
All right. So what you doing then?
I guess I'm just gonna sigh and take it out of my pocket and wait for him to take it however he wants it.
All right. Well, how much money do you got on that thing?
What was it? Did he ask that?
No, I'm asking you as the game master.
Oh, how much were we given? I just have the amount of equipment that we had.
All right, I believe the top line amount was 50K. Right? Was that right, got it, guys?
Yeah, 50k was how much we got given to begin with as part of our equipment spending, and then we got how much from what's his face?
From Con, I believe it was 500 or 1,000. I forget off the top of my head, but something in that range.
About 1,000. Okay.
All right, I should have like 49,000 or something still.
All right, so
Holy
you're
crap.
you're pretty much loaded.
Yeah.
A lot of that money probably came from the compensation for your effectively kidnapping from the government. So the guy takes your credit chip. He pushed a couple buttons on it. He's like, "Wow, is this all for me?"
No, not all of it.
Oh, well, okay. Then okay. Well, yeah, he pulls out his own credit chip, puts a few numbers in, and then basically bumps them together to transfer some money, and you are now down $2,000.
All right, I'm gonna assume that's fine from being oblivious and not knowing the value of his services.
He offers you back your credit chip and your bag.
I take them both and scurry off to where I was before.
All right, you get back to the docking area, and the rest of the group is already long gone by this point.
Oh boy.
Give me a common sense roll here. So that was once again was it based on intelligence? Was it? Oh, I should always have this one handy. Pardon my uncertainty here. So I flipped through books real quick. Common sense. Yes. You roll against your IQ.
And that is not lower.
Well, I am going to give you a 2+2 bonus. Does that work?
It does.
All right. He seems... that guy seems very shady, for one. And he seems to be implying that there might be something inside your bag.
I guess I'm going to check in my bag to see what things have been added, if any.
All right, you do find all your equipment. Everything's fine. It's untouched. And within your bag, you also find 2 items. One of them appears to be a large brick of some sort of plant matter sealed in a plastic wrapping. And the other one is a jar of some sort of chemical that has some crazy chemical name that I'd have to make up if I knew what the hell it was.
I'm going to assume that they're sealed properly and hopefully sell them later.
So feel free to put down your character sheet, a brick of herbal materials and a jar of chemicals.
All right. Wow. Didn't know we had a druggie in the group.
Surprise!
Yay!
All right, Jar.
I'll share it.
It's taken you maybe 10-15 minutes to get through this here. This weirdness. Everyone else is long gone. Where are you gonna go? What you gonna do?
Do I know the approximate direction of where they went? Or is this map that we can see right now where I'm at?
Yes, you are in the docking area. The Cairo is right next to you, and your character doesn't know where these other people are, but it's this, everything else you can sort of see on information terminals and sorts like that. The things look like packages. That's sort of a shopping area. The hospital bed where the guy in the lab coat is, that's the hospital area. There is a chapel in the lower left, and where all the other folks are is sort of like the bar district, you could say. The nightlife area.
All right. I guess I'm just gonna wander. I can move, right?
Yes.
Can we go through these?
Yep. The information of usefulness is similar to the L course slice through. Red areas are restricted. Blue areas have some potential hazards, so some areas are restricted. But the green areas you're good to go with. All right. Well,
all right.
So you wander through the shopping area levels. There's not, it's very very generic as far as flavors goes. There's like Space Walmart sort of stuff going on, but nothing too out of the
seem
ordinary.
fairly uninterested.
Yeah, there's also like a bunch of restaurants and things like that.
I think I'm gonna notice it's a loop and then just continue on walking around.
All right. So let's say about here, you encounter someone in pristine white flowing robes, wandering around and trying to talk to people.
Avoid it at all costs.
All right. Oh, and the Boland just gave me a bunch of thingamajigs on the Twitch here, and thank you, Boland. Yeah. Anyway, back to the game. So you avoid the holy person who's doing some proselytizing. All right. Where are you going to next?
Just continue around.
All right. You hear maybe around this point that you're just sort of overhearing conversations. Give me a perception roll. See how much information you get. How much you get on that?
10.
And that is 1 under your perception.
Yes.
All right, you hear something about the red pit. It's really happening right now, but other than that, you don't get too much information. Just sort of in your casual wanderings. And about this point, you see the hospital up ahead.
I'm gonna assume that's not somewhere I should be, and then go back.
All right. I think about this point, we should cut to the other bit of the group. Where are we? There we go. So,
Don't want to continue with Jar wandering aimlessly.
well, this is actually a good position for him, and sort of counting how much time would be passing for you guys compared to what he's up to. So this is about where we're now at the now, guys. So you guys have just witnessed the throwdown in the red pit, and everything's going crazy. There's guys down in the pit. They have a bunch of medical equipment, and they're going to make a roll for a physician. Is that successful? Where's my character sheets? There they are. We'll go with this guy. That will actually, they'll pull out the big old paddles and go clear, zap, and Cliff does not move. What you guys doing?
Oh dear.
Well, I think Carter runs some money.
Yeah, I think I won some money.
All right. Well, gonna go over to the desk and pick up some monies.
Yeah. How much did I bet? I can't remember now.
I believe you bet 100.
Yeah. Go on then. What do I get? So I get the 100 back, and then how much do I get on top of that?
You will get another 100 on top of that.
Yeah, that's all right. She was like massively the favorite.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's fair enough.
So not a big win, but it's something.
Hey, it's something. Yeah, exactly.
All right. Hex, what are you doing?
I am just sort of coldly and emotionlessly watching a man die, I guess.
All right. And Gepwin, what's Simon up to at this moment before I read the flavor text?
I guess I'll wander over toward where the exit is likely to be so that we can talk to our contact after the fact.
All right. So here's time for the flavor text. The crowd is still going wild as one of the fighters has fallen to the floor. The man has coughed up blood upon his impact, and his eyes are rolled up in his head. Screen overhead flicks to life as he is as assistance is attempted on to revive him. The screens flicker to life, and the visage of that previously graced them appears again and speaks even as a couple of the men look at each other with disappointed looks. Victory to Miss Dyson. If Cliff survives, she may very well be the first undefeated we've had in some time who wasn't disqualified. That is, unless there's a new challenger. The face vanishes from the screens, and the medical team gets back to work. Let's give it another roll. Clear. Zap. Nope, he's still down.
Holy crap. These guys are rubbish.
Melandra starts casting her gaze around the edge of the ring, half expecting the next badass to pop up and hop into the ring for the next fight. But no one seems...
Bear in mind, if this was a first aid thing, I would have succeeded twice by now if this is a first aid roll. I mean, god damn it, 11. You should be passing on these. Are these professionals or not?
These guys look like just dudes that work here. They're not doctors.
Damn it.
They do have a robust medical kit of sorts that they have. They're making good use of. They're just not getting lucky. They are getting some bonuses though, so don't worry. So back to the text. Melandra starts casting her gaze around the edge of the ring, half expecting the next badass to pop up and hop into the ring. But no one seems inclined to. She lifts her finger to the audience and yells out, "Cowards! I was told you had the best fighters. All I have met are the weak. Give me a challenge or give me what I came for." Melandra spins around and then stops. And I'm going to make 2 rolls.
Uh-oh.
All right, so...
Is she going to start screaming exterminate, exterminate? Because if she does, I'm going to be somewhat disappointed at this point. I'm going to be getting out of there in a flash.
Nope, she does not notice you guys. And the other roll is for something that is not going on right now. Oh, well, you'll find out later. Where is that? All right, so I think that's what's up with that. Okay, interesting. Hint, hint, there's things going on in the world that you guys are not privy to yet.
Yeah.
Is something happening to me?
Nope, you're fine.
Well, I mean, I have a very good observation skill. I mean...
Well, it's not happening in this room.
You're
Aw,
just randomly
okay.
rolling dice to scare us. I know that trick.
Yeah.
Don't worry, I actually have a reason for this one here. So, all right, so they're going to try one more time to revive this guy. Oh. Cliff is very
They
dead.
killed him.
Yeah.
And
Oh
the
my
paddles
god,
made his head
they
explode.
burnt him. They burnt him to a crisp.
Well, he is revived for a brief moment, and then something very obviously like fries, and now he's on fire.
Oh wow. Do they seem to have any kind of extinguishing spray or something? Are they going to put him out, or is he just dead? It's too late.
These guys are kind of in a panic. They don't know what to do. They pull the medical equipment away because, well, at this point, it might be the only thing they can save. Mel takes a step back, says she doesn't want to be on fire, and
Fair enough.
There are, let's say this guy decides to duck out and grabs a fire extinguisher. If you guys want to take action before he gets down to the pit, feel free.
X, do you have a built-in fire extinguisher?
I actually have 2 fire extinguisher tubes, but they've already got a fire extinguisher, so yeah, I'm gonna leave them to it for now.
All right, this guy gets to spraying down the dude. There are a number of unhappy faces around. Some people lost money, some won money, but are kind of sad to see the guy down there, kick the bucket. Melandra turns around and looks at him like, huh, sort of expression to her.
Damn, heartless, man.
Well, she's like an 8-foot cyborg. I just punched this guy to death.
Literally has no heart. Yeah.
So since the medical team killed him, does that mean she's not disqualified?
It certainly seems that way.
That's a good question. Let's say no. They don't seem to be that inclined to be grateful for Melandra's getting them that particular situation. She moves to climb out of the pit. What you guys up to?
Just keeping an eye on her. It's up to our other guy to contact her, isn't it? To make contact with her.
Right. Well, she's gonna walk right past you then if you're not gonna stop her.
Yeah, I'm just gonna watch her. Observe.
When did it become my responsibility?
I thought that guy was with us. The guy from the what's its face.
Oh,
no,
Eli?
he's still in the hospital.
Yeah.
Oh, is he still in the hospital?
Yes. So did you want to stop her?
If she goes to leave the building, then sure.
Right, well, she goes over to the bedding guy and she's like, "I want my required restitution." She yells out as usual. The guy is.
I guess I head over to stand, I don't know, near or behind her in some fashion, but don't say anything.
All right, go ahead and move yourself. There you go. The guy behind the counter looks a bit concerned, but isn't too cowed by her intimidating gaze. And he's like, "You weren't supposed to kill him." And she replies, "I do not care. Give me that man." The guy's like, "I think I'm going to wait for my boss to chime in. You are free to wait around until he says something." She goes, "Ugh, very well, but if you screw me over, you will feel my wrath." And she turns around and sees a very familiar face, because she has run into you before, Hexlug. It's been a while, though.
Greetings.
Says, "Hello there."
Good fight.
"Thank you. That guy was weak. All fleshy."
Yes. And then I, turn to my friends and I say, "These are my friends." And that's it.
She turns to look at Simon and Alex, and she's like, "I think I recognize you from Khan's mail message. Probably. Hello?"
Yeah, hi. Yeah, you probably will have recognized us if he sent the profile over.
Yes, it's
I'm Alex
very
Carter.
nice to finally meet you in person.
I hold out a
I'm
hand to
Simon.
shake.
Her hand is huge, but she is very careful
grab a
about shaking.
finger.
Yeah. She's very careful about shaking your hand. She does not crush your hand at all.
Thank fuck for that.
She offers a hand to Simon.
Well, since she didn't crush his hand, I'll take it.
Simon's hand she crushes.
Roll for crushing now. So she then thinks for a moment, "Isn't there supposed to be 4 of you?"
We seem to have lost someone on the ship. I'm sure he'll turn up.
Well,
Yeah, he had a problem with some luggage going missing, something like that. He'll be along soon. He's a good kid. He'll be fine.
I hope you are not upset by what was displayed there.
Alex shrugs, doesn't seem to be particularly perturbed.
The guy behind the table there sort of gets puts his finger to his ear and goes and sort of nods. He then says over to you guys, "The boss wants to talk to the fighter." Mel then says, "Then show me the way." And she looks to you guys. "You can be my posse."
Cool.
Well then, let's follow her in. Or
Yeah, I've got
wherever
nothing
we're
better
going.
to do.
So I'll just
Yep.
go see if I can group these guys. There we go. Do-do-do, do-do-do-do. I should probably reveal some areas here. Do-do-do. By the way, the door on the to the left of this one is the bathroom. So if you need to go to the bathroom, that's what's up. All right. So
That is very useful to know.
yes. So the guy brings Mel into here and then opts to hang out by the door. So the man before you is a older gentleman, very very thin, very meek looking overall. He does have what's his general outfit look like? He has a jacket over what looks to be a spandex bodysuit. The jacket is rather long, not quite a trench coat, but is kind of down to his thigh sort of situation. He is standing behind his desk. His fingers are resting on the tabletop, kind of doing a pitter patter of impatience. And he looks to Mel, and then to the rest of you guys, and says, "You aren't supposed to kill him. I don't like it when my good fighters are crushed like that." Mel looks at him and says, "He was weak. Give me what I require. That was the deal." The old man says, "Why should I? And why have you brought your friends in here? Who are they?" Mel looks at you guys and goes, "They are my posse." The boss man sneers and goes, "I don't like them." Let's find out if he actually doesn't like you. Let's go, give me some reaction rolls, guys.
Hey, dice.
I like dice. Hey,
So
I've got
just
like
36?
+4 to +4 to my appearance. If he doesn't mind a handsome guy, then I'm alright. Oh shit, that's actually no, is high good for this? I can't remember now.
High is good for reaction
high's
rolls.
good.
Oh wow, and
Perfect.
if he's
Oh,
not
poor
like
Bill.
offended, if he's not offended by handsome men, then that's fine.
So you have your charisma first off.
Charisma 2, yeah.
Charisma 2, so that will get you up to 15. He's not interested in guys, so the appearance doesn't really help you that much.
Cool.
But 15 is still pretty good. You are on the upper end here.
Trying to remember where my charisma wound up.
General reactions.
My giant red eye just staring ominously at him.
So, in short, Gepwin and Simon and Alex are actually. He seems cool with you guys, but seems very put off by Hex here, who he's starting to really give the evil eye to.
I think Hex will win that evil eye battle.
Oh, yes. I'm just staring at him. Just staring straight at him.
Mel then says, "They are my co-workers. We are here on business." "So, is one of them your boss?" Anyone want to jump in and claim to be Mel's boss?
I don't feel that'll go down well.
could make the situation a little easier in some ways, but Mel might have some resentment for that. So that's a good call, perhaps. All right. They're going to start...
We're all equal partners. It sounds as if you and the lady had a deal, so the sooner you conclude this, the sooner we can get on to our other concerns.
This boss man sort of crosses, lifts his arm off the desk, crosses his arms, and says to you, Simon, "She came here looking for revenge. Now, I won't naysay the benefits of revenge. It was an inconvenient requirement, so I said she could fight it out with the ones she wished to get some issues with. And so she did, and then she killed one of them. The other one that she fought already has already been downed and is on his way to the hospital area. There is one more person she was not so happy with, and, well, he's not much of a fighter, so he is the prize for her victory. But she has been disqualified because she murdered my friend Cliff."
Whoa. The way I see it, I saw that fight. Both parties were willing. This ain't murder. It was just an accident. This doesn't seem anything more than an accident. An unfortunate accident.
Right,
If you're going to run a no-holds-barred fighting ring, it seems like you're the one who should have to deal with the consequences.
All right, I want you guys to roll me a relevant skill. So, say, fast talk or diplomacy, if you got it.
Ooh, what have I got? I mean, I haven't got diplomacy, but fast talking's a definite possibility. I think, yeah.
And
Savoir-faire.
all right, that would be at a bit of a disadvantage here, perhaps.
Well, it's a 13 for my fast talk, so... Oh, I've made it by 5.
All right, well...
Under by 5. Yeah, that's a good roll. 332. Nice.
So, Gepwin, you unfortunately would not been able to, help get the point across, but thankfully Alex really kind of hit the point home, and he's like, "Very well. Then I will allow you to take your prize. Just don't murder him. Understand? Cletus, make sure they don't do anything uncalled for." He sort of nods to the big guy. And Cletus sort of motions for them to follow him.
Cool. What does Mel look when the big guy says, also when the old guy, boss guy says to not get him killed and not let the prize go to harm? Did Mel seem to respond positively, negatively, or not at all for that?
She seems kind of neutral towards it. She doesn't seem bloodthirsty, that's for sure.
Cool. That's all I need. Right, onwards.
Right. So,
How can you tell if a giant cyborg is bloodthirsty?
I don't know. It starts drinking blood, I guess.
so there are a couple doors on the side, but there's also one at the end, which is the only relevant one here from the looks of it. Unless something weird happens.
Well, I'm not about to pull my gun and start shooting people, so I should be okay.
So this is what's going to be observed. So now I need to do one more roll. Oh dear. So, by the way, just for the record, Cliff is for sure dead, as is this guy.
Oh.
So, the Cletus runs up to the body, and he's like, oh no.
What looks like happened? Are there any signs of, like, injuries, or...?
Oh, the what of the what is pretty obvious, actually. I got a little text box for this if you guys are interested.
Yeah, go for it.
All right, where did I put that? There we go. The body lays in a pool of fresh blood. The man's low-quality wear, which was already sporting a number of holes, even before his death, was now perforated by numerous cuts, and almost all of them had resulted in blood pouring from his body. He is face down upon discovery, with his shirt and jacket pulled up to expose his lower back. Cut into his lower back is a pattern.
Oh, fuck.
Generally a circular design. There's a number of symbols cut into the man's skin.
Oh, fuck.
Each one seems to have been done very carefully, and the entire area is wiped off at least once once the carving was complete. The symbols themselves seem to lack any reasonable pattern or common forms.
Okay, well, Alex is quite interested in this. I want to study as much as I can about this. Yeah, I'm actually going to get my little handheld computer out, and I'm going to instruct my I do have, yeah, I'm going to let my forensic swarm bots, I'm going to instruct my little swarm bots to go out and just study the scene.
All right.
On
Quick
an
question.
off chance, can I do a roll to see if it's an ancient language?
Go for it. Bill?
What's the thing in the middle of the room?
That's like a big boiler. It's some sort of station equipment. It goes
Okay.
from floor to ceiling.
Gotcha.
So,
So my archaeology is 9, which would give me 2
made about 2? All right.
archaeology things.
Well, thankfully that just makes it. One of the symbols on the cut, the sort of sigil sort of structure looks like a symbol from the Yixion civilization, which is a the aliens that
Humans.
humans.
Aztecs.
These are actually aliens that humans exterminated a number of centuries ago.
Oh.
Specifically, the symbol for control.
Some of this is Yixion writing.
Well, at least that symbol. The
I
rest
got
of
to
these.
use my archaeology for something.
Yep.
Because I'm right in assuming, Izixs, that this is new information to me regarding this, isn't it?
Yes.
Because I don't remember that being in my notes.
Correct.
Okay, I take note of that in my computer, and I'm gonna lean over and say, you recognize these symbols?
Just one. My study of ancient languages does not include some of these others.
I am assuming that I've got some case notes from some of the other ones, Izixs.
Yep.
Can I pull up any pictures of any of one of the other victims to see
sure.
if I'll pull up one of the other images of just one of the more recent ones, and I'm gonna see if our expert here recognizes them.
All right. Just one moment. First off, Cletus, is bent over the body. He's like, Larry, what happened? He's really, really upset, by the way. Also, it's around this time that Jar, in your wanderings, you wander just off over here. You're in a big long hallway, just sort of touring around here. Did you see a?
What a coincidence!
Yes, an amazing coincidence. You roll me a perception check, Jar.
Oh, he's gonna roll 3 6s now, isn't he?
Then he fails
Ooh,
and
that's good.
continues
No.
wandering.
That's a good roll.
Oh, good.
As everybody had been passing through that hallway behind that door to your left, you actually hear a couple of voices you recognize.
I'll go right to it then.
All right. The door is unlocked, so feel free to march on through and go exploring. That door is open to your left. You see some...
It's the closest one, so I'll go
Yes.
in.
Everybody's together again. Hooray!
Yay!
Hi.
As soon as he comes through the door, I abruptly turn my giant red eye to him and narrow the aperture, and it starts glowing. And
Oh,
then I
wow.
say, "Oh, it's you. Did you find your bag?"
I hold it up in front of him so he can see it.
Good. We found a dead body. Well, 2.
Oh, again.
So Alex, you pull up some of the images from from your computer, and yes, you have a full let's say like a dozen or so images of the design, and from the previous murders that you have investigated previously.
Cool.
And you saying you were showing them to Gepwin?
I'm gonna lean over and see if possible no one else sees them as well. And I'm gonna lean over to Gepwin and say, I don't suppose you recognize any of the symbols here.
These don't seem to be from the same corpse we're looking at.
No, this is this is something that's been unsolved for quite some time. A little something that's become a bit personal for me to try and crack it. I'm surprised to see these out here.
Well, let's take a look. Are these the same symbols that are on this guy, or are they new ones?
For the most part, they're the same ones. The one that you notice is actually different than the collection you see on the images. In fact, it seems to be in addition to what the previous images are. There are a couple other symbols that are also new, but it's basically the version that you have on the body in front of you is slightly more complex with more things added.
And are any of them languages that I recognize, or only the one?
Just the one.
Is it on all of them, or just on the new guy?
The symbol you recognize is just on the guy before you.
I'm sorry, I can't recognize any of these other symbols, but the Yixion symbol for control is only on this newest corpse.
That's a shame. I was hoping to get a little bit more than that, but no, you've been in good help. But it's strange, the fact that they've got this new symbol here. This is an interesting development. I'm gonna check up on see if my forensic swarm bots have done anything yet.
All right, let me double check real quick. I should have double checked the info on these guys here. And
Sure.
Swarm Bots is page 69. Oh my. Sorry.
Generally, when I see weird ritualistic murders, I start looking for the religion.
Dun dun dun. Jar may have passed some sort of religious guy a few minutes back. Dun dun dun.
I think with the swarm bots, the forensics is it's like a +3. It says +3 in brackets quality to forensics for gathering evidence. Apparently.
Okay. Give me a roll. Oh yeah, I see it now.
I have I actually have the forensic skill as well.
Yes.
So this
go,
might.
So give me a roll and add that bonus to your skill.
This is going to be the bit where I roll really badly, isn't it? Oh no, that's good. Including
Nice.
the +3 bonus, I beat it by 6. That's actually a good set of dice rolls as well. 2, 5, 2, 2, 5, 3. That's not bad.
All right. Well, with that sort level of crazy information, is that you first off you find out this guy is very dead. He's been dead for about an hour. It seems like. Maybe a little sooner, maybe a little later. It's always a matter of uncertainty in these sort of things, even in the far future. His main cause of death was blood loss. His he is right-handed. What else I got for him? He is approximately 45 years old. He has a number of scratches and wounds and things like that are not from the recent attack, recent healing and that sort of thing. He has
the old injuries kind of thing.
Yeah, so some of them more recent, like maybe the last day or two, but nothing that would have done this.
Okay, yeah.
Cletus is sobbing, and the bots recognize that he's probably very distraught. As far as things beyond that, you do your bots do collect a number of samples of fingerprints and things like that are not the victims, as well as some cell samples, but without a database to compare them to. You do not know. You cannot identify who they might belong to at this point.
Do I get anything about people that have come and gone from this
Yes,
area or anything
there.
like that?
You know, for the general area, you do get that this area is not well trafficked, but you know the victim entered at some point within the last couple hours, probably before they died. They died here. Also very important to note. There was at least 2 other people that entered and left this area within the last 4 hours, though the exact time frame is little uncertain.
So
I
it would
suppose
be
this place has security cameras.
This place, there is a camera in the main bar, but not back here. Also, there's a several cameras in the fighting pit area.
So basically what you're saying is this whole area that I'm drawing a line across, that is all completely no cameras.
Well, from what you've seen so far, as far as the outer hallway over here, you don't know since you've not been there yet.
Okay, no problem. Yeah. I've certainly not seen anything in these areas.
Correct. And this place is kind of shady. They might not want cameras in certain areas. So
That's fair enough.
So that's sort of the general rundown of your investigation. Any other general questions there that I can answer?
I'm just going to recall my drone swarm. I'm going to go over to, is it Cletus, did you say?
Yes.
I'm going to go over to Cletus and kind of like just gently put a hand on his shoulder, just as a kind of a reassuring kind of thing. Do I think that this guy died quickly? I mean, blood loss sounds like a bit of a slow way to die. Yeah.
Yeah, it's he probably bled out first. Before, in fact, a lot of the wounds your bots will probably inform you probably happened after he died.
I'm going to put my hand on him. I'm going to say to him, I know this is tough, but you know what? It's not as bad as it looks. You know, a lot of this was done afterwards. I don't think he suffered that much.
He's all tears. He was my friend. I need to tell the boss. And he turns to move towards the door.
I'm going to let him go because at the end of the day, there's not much I can do. I'm going to turn around and as he's gone, and I'm going to keep an eye out by the door as when he passes by, and I'm going to say to the group, well, this is confession time. I've seen this sort of thing before, and it's been something that's been going on for quite a long time now, a few years, a lot of victims. That's why I recognize this. I want to get the guy who did this. God, there's so many gone, so many lost to this. I want to crack this thing.
It doesn't sound like all of these were on this asteroid.
No, as far as I'm aware, this will be the first one.
Correction, says Mel. I've seen this myself.
Huh. You seen this before? These symbols or a murder?
Yes. Remember, Alex, what Albus told you about, some of the reports coming in from his sources about the reappearance of this this pathology on several locations elsewhere. And how they were attached to the
groups.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mel then says, there was a man who was with us before who was murdered in this fashion.
Here on the station?
No, it was on the spaceship.
Huh. I don't suppose there are any records regarding that.
There was a report filed by the captain.
If this murder also happened on the ship you arrived on, perhaps we should check the passenger manifest.
Maybe I can cross-reference it with something. I don't know.
Can
I get details from Mel about the actual ship? Like flight number, whatever?
As you ask her, she basically steps into the crime scene, reaches for the guy's pocket, and starts fishing around in it.
Okay.
She seems very unconcerned with keeping the crime scene in good shape.
Please
Well,
go, did your forensics?
Well, I was about to say, I've got a fucking wealth of forensic information already, to be fair, so it's like... for fuck's sake. Well, what are you doing there, Mel? This your business that you had with this guy?
Yeah, she pulls out what looks like a wallet. She opens it up, looks at it, and nods. I was looking for this. She steps back. It's Eli's wallet.
Huh. Well, yeah, because remember, Eli did get mugged, and apparently these guys were doing the ones that did the mugging, so...
So Eli is the...
Case closed.
Case closed. That would be impressive. Go back to the hospital, and he's there just fucking with the knife, just flicking it around, and his hand covered in blood. And he's like, "Oh shit, I've been found."
Now, I should note that about a half hour ago, you guys were with Eli in the hospital.
Yeah.
So, if that, he'd have to be moving pretty quickly.
He's been there.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, he's got magic, like quantum thing where he can be in two places at once. That's what it is.
He's haunted, clearly.
Or haunted. It's a ghost. Yeah, possibly.
Melandra starts telling the group basically what some of the information that you had already been informed of previously, Melek. Is that their team before the recent difficulties was made up of herself, Eli, Yebert Callywag, Brax Yabunda, and Vanessa Myrick. Myrick bit the dust at the hands of some mafia types. Brax died due to someone else's cranial bomb, and Yebert was killed in a manner similar to the body present here.
Yebert. How do you spell Yebert?
Yebbert. Yes.
Yebert.
Yes. Their previous mission was their first go into Kapal space. They were asked to, Khan's superiors asked him to help out a different agency to basically sneak a Kapal intelligence officer out of their territory who was attempting to defect. The officer, Nyroda Smith, had gone into hiding with some mafia types on the planet Fabulon, and the officer, then the intelligence officer and the team couldn't pay for basically his liberation from this group. So there was maybe a little firefight after they failed to sneak him out, and that's how Vanessa got killed. So after that, upon extracting the officer, they left the planet. They came aboard the LCS Compton, which began to return them to Grayton Haven, which is where you guys are now. 2 days into the 7-day trip, Yebert Callywag was found dead in his quarters, stabbed to death, like so. Initial investigations had led to no clear indication as to who did it. There were no records of Callywag securing his door in the 9 hours before his body was found, so someone could just maybe have wandered in and been hiding out there for a while. And he was also seen alive 5 hours before he was found. So he's died in that sort of time span. They didn't really have the forensic options that you do, so the information is a little on the sparse side as far as what they know for certain. There was
these bots are they are a little bit on the edge of legality.
Yes. They're not something everyone just sort of carries around.
No.
There was no camera footage. The Compton isn't a very well-equipped ship. It's basically a plane of hopper. It's not anything special. And upon arrival back at the station, there was no clear physical evidence at all that was sort of picked up by the station investigators. The murder weapon was found with Callywag's body and was still embedded in him, as was the completed sigil. 3 days into hyperspace transit, the officer that they had picked up from Kapal Nyroda Smith, their head exploded due to the cranial bomb implant that they were completely unaware of, unfortunately. Brax was caught up in the kill, in the explosion and killed, and along with 3 of the others from the crew.
Holy shit.
The explosion also delayed the return to normal space by 3 days, so they were out for a total of 10 days on the ship with a possible serial killer.
Yeah, that would have been a bit terrifying.
I'm going to give that a 2-star Yelp review.
Yeah. I mean, I think you're being generous there.
Well, they did get to the station, and they had a good buffet.
Yeah. The hors d'oeuvres was slightly dry, but otherwise, satisfying. Serial killer, thankfully he only killed 1 person. So, if they'd have killed 2 or more, then it would have gone down to a 1-star rating, I assume.
Now, Mel says that there were a couple other passengers on the Compton, but she doesn't remember their names.
Okay, but I get information about the Compton and the flight itself, so maybe I can get that information myself.
Yeah. She also mentions the Compton has since left, so tracking down specific crew members might be a little tricky unless you can track down the ship itself.
Well, at least the station may have information about it. Well, I would hope the station would have a manifest of who got off and who got on, you know what I mean?
Yes.
Whether or not I'm allowed that information, probably not, unless I convince someone. But at least I've got information required.
Yes.
Are there images of the ship person glyph?
Mel says that she could potentially download her own recordings of it, but it's all locked up in her head as far as pictures that she knows of. She is a cyborg after all.
Did it look the same as this one?
She looks at it again, and she's gonna go perception roll. She's like, "Yes, pretty much the same." Though I believe that was on the guy's chest.
Well, I'm not the investigator, but I'm happy to help where I can. We'll follow your lead, Carter.
Mel then looks to Jar and goes, "I believe I recognize you. I did not see you come in."
You didn't see me come in.
She was looking at the body the whole time when you wandered in.
Oh, shoot.
Dead bodies are a little distracting that way.
I've been standing here about 10 minutes-ish.
Alex has seen a few dead bodies in his time, so it's a little bit freaky, but not too bad.
All right, I need to make a roll of sorts. High is bad for you guys. Low is good for you guys.
Oh no!
All right. Well,
perfect.
So you guys have been sort of chatting for a few minutes here, and you hear some noise out in the hallway, and there are.
And they toss in a grenade, and we're all dead.
Cletus and 2 guys are standing, form up outside the door, and they're like, "The boss wants to talk to you."
What? I'm thinking, yeah. I'm gonna move aside, and I'm gonna usher for Mel and everybody else to be leave the room.
All right.
All right.
So these 2 back off a little bit here, and this one sort of leads the way. Mel will...
I'm gonna make sure I've got my without touching it or looking at it or whatever. I'm just gonna make sure I know where both my pistols are. I've got my gloves on now.
There you go. Haha.
They are nano-weave gloves, so
Yes. All right. I'll just go ahead and start placing people in here. So they're going to basically insist that all you guys are further into the room than these two guys in back. Cletus will be up by the back, the boss guy over here. And the boss guy, who, by the way, you've not gotten his name yet, looks at you guys very disappointed.
I'm going to stand next to Mel. In a dominant position kind of thing, not dominant to Mel, but, not hiding at the sides.
I very purposefully stand between the two guys in front of the door.
They don't seem to like this very much, but they don't push you forward. Because you are also still a robot, and they are still very fleshy. at least from what you can tell. The boss guy looks to Mel, and then to you, Alex, and then to you, Jar, and then he gets confused because he doesn't recognize you. Then over to Simon, and then over at the robot standing behind, and he goes,
I'm going to turn around and interrupt him before he even says anything. I'm going to say, you seen what some maniac did to that kid? That's a nasty business. You got any cameras around here? See who did it?
I think you did it.
Huh. Is that so?
Mel comes in here looking for a fight. And when I give her a little trouble, well, she murders one, puts one in the hospital, and the other one ends up dead. And just at the end, you guys show up. Yeah. Very interesting.
Well, Cletus, this guy your friend, pretty sure that when we went in that room, everything was already done. Mel didn't have a chance to do that.
Cletus is about to say something when the boss raises a hand to basically force him to shut up, and he obeys. And the boss guy says, Mel didn't do it. I think four of you now. I think you committed this murder. Larry was a good friend of Cletus's. Cletus, would you like some restitution, perhaps?
I think maybe he'd like someone who's as determined as he'd be to try and find the real killer. But what do I know? I'm new around here.
Give me some sort of a roll to of an appropriate skill. What you rolling?
Being a smart ass.
Yeah.
I don't think I've got a particular kind of being a fucking wise ass bullshit. Actually, not really that bullshit, but either way, I'm just gonna be a fast talk again. I might as well do the whole fast talk.
This might actually be some streetwise.
Streetwise? Okay. I can do streetwise instead if you want.
Yeah. Well, maybe I should have gone with fast talk. Streetwise is your better
that's
skill.
Fine. My streetwise is the higher skill, so that's fine by me. I mean, I know this guy is just wanting to lay the blame on us so he can take the blame off himself, but he's gonna be a big mistake. How about that?
I'd say that's a pretty good roll.
A 1-1-2. Yeah, I beat my streetwise by 10.
Yeah, that's like a crit there. So.
Oh yeah, because it's not just 1-1-1, is it? There's some other kind of thing.
Yeah. I think it's a victory by 10, but I don't feel like looking it up right now. So
he's your best friend. He hands you his gun and a bunch of money.
So the boss sort of, his arms are crossed, but then he seems to relax. You're obviously someone who knows how this game is played, it seems. Cletus, leave us. Cletus is about to protest and suddenly realize this desk is on the wrong layer, but that's fine. We'll actually send this to back.
He's a big guy. He got stuck under the desk a little bit, like wedged between the corner and the wall of the chair.
All right, now to see if Cletus tries to do anything on his way out. No, he successfully prevents himself from doing something stupid, so he heads out.
I guess I let him out.
Well, you can stop him if you like. If you guys want to, jump in at any moment, feel free.
No, it's
Rough him
fine,
up.
I guess.
So the boss guy actually moves over and has a seat. He seems a little bit more at ease now. And he says, I want you all to know that if this was a murder of your doing, I will have to, of course, make sure you pay dearly for it. Your lot has done a lot of damage to me today. So
I'll nod and smile.
So I need you to do something for me, and then we can maybe have all this go away. How about that?
What do you want?
Apparently, someone earlier today, maybe I got just a call a few minutes ago, someone ran off with some of my merchandise, you could say. And I would like it retrieved.
And why should we be doing your dirty work?
Well, I just then, assuming I didn't feel like just shooting you right now, I would avoid, say, turning you over to station authorities.
Oh, I think we could probably cover ourselves and exonerate ourselves. But I don't think we'd go down particularly quietly either, be a person like you. I'm not sure whether I trust you.
You might be able to convince the station's central computer of your innocence, but the station commanders, well, we have an understanding. That said, I am offering you an out. This should be a pretty simple task, and would save me a lot of trouble. Mel seems completely uninterested in this conversation, by the way.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
She, in fact, kind of goes over to Simon and sort of starts looking you over, sort of trying to gauge your general worth, perhaps. It's a lot.
I'm gonna look at my colleagues, and I'm going to basically be like, I'm gonna give them the kind of look that says, shall we shoot him or shall we do as he asks? Because I'm seeing whether they're combat ready or not. Because I don't want to do this guy's dirty work. I want to shoot the fucking. I do. He's a dirty bastard.
I'm gonna give kind of a meh gesture and then palm one of my strength darts out of my bandolier.
All right.
My aperture narrows and my eye glows, but I don't move.
Jar?
I think I'm just gonna shrug, and I don't care either way.
Jar's just sitting there with his bag of weed, just shrugging.
I'm gonna turn back to the guy and I'm gonna shrug and say, "Yeah, just seems a bit one-sided to me. You gotta add a little bit of a sweetener if we're gonna do your dirty work. Me and my friends here, I think we fancy our chances, unless you make it a bit more attractive."
Give me another fast talk roll. Because you're
I'm
turning
gonna
down his
burn
offer.
this skill out.
I'm going to give you a penalty because he really doesn't like this. So you got a 4 penalty.
Well, if I quick draw, which is a skill I have, and pump both my fucking pistols into his head, he won't like that either. So he best fucking like this. Well, it passes, but not by much.
Ooh.
Might be enough with the penalty. I don't know what the penalty is though.
I said there's a penalty of 4.
Oh, well then I fail by 2. I am so ready to shoot him.
Well, there is one good thing and one bad thing about this result. The good thing is you don't have to make a decision. He's going to quick draw.
Cool, I'm going to quick draw as well. I'm going to say this is going to be a shootout. I'm glad I put my gloves on because that means at least I get hit in the hand. I'll be all right.
All right. What's his? There's the boss guy. Where is his fast draw? All right.
Do we need to roll fast draw?
So, yes, you roll fast draw. Anybody else who has fast draw, feel free to get that going. By the way, his skill in fast draw is 21.
What?
Yes.
Well, he can go fuck himself.
So,
Well, mine is not.
Am I technically already drawn, considering it's my eyeball?
yes, actually. So,
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
I palmed a sleep dart, so
yes.
I have something ready to stab.
So, I think
I pass, but not probably by as much as what he's gonna pass.
yeah, my roll was 11, and as I said before, his skill is 21. So he,
Yeah.
even with the penalty of pulling out both his weapons, he now has 2 weapons in his hand, and he's pointing them right at you, Alex.
Okay. Okay, I've probably got my hand on my gun, but not pointed at this point.
Do I
Okay,
get?
what do these
Do I
guns
have to
look
roll
like?
something to react, or can
So-
I just shoot before he does?
So
Okay, the question is he drawing and pointing, or is he drawing and he's about to shoot? You know what I mean? It's like, can I
He
tell
seem-
whether
he-
or not he's about to shoot me, or whether he's just...
he has his weapons out, and he is prepared to shoot, but it's heat of the moment. You're
It's a
not sure if
threatening
he's
thing. Yeah.
if he's going to be aiming or if he's just going to start firing.
I'm
So-
gonna have to assume he's gonna fire. I'm gonna have to assume that. Shit, but he's got a fucking good fast draw skill. We might be out of our depth, guys, but I don't care because it's like, that's it. I got us into a fight by having principles. Woohoo!
So
We're about to do this guy's dirty work for free over what we did not do, and it's like, fuck this guy.
so
Okay, I'm gonna pull out my guns as well. Then I'm gonna carry on. I'm not gonna, and I'm gonna go to
Alright.
shoot him.
Well,
He's gonna get a shot out first, I think. But
Well, yeah. When you start going for your guns, he is going to give you a shot with both barrels. Good luck. Where
yeah,
is
well,
this?
I've got my armor, so I'm not too bad. Unless he gets me right in the fucking jaw or something.
All right. What's his attack here? He has a gauze machine pistol and a laser pistol. So one is piercing, one is burning.
That's okay.
I'm right behind you.
Yep. So he will attempt to fire. What's his skill here? One of these is actually not very good at. So we'll see how that rolls. Where's my thing here?
What is the rule about firing with 2 pistols anyway? What is the rule? Is there like a special skill? Is there a penalty?
There are some penalties. He has ambidextry though, so they mostly go away.
Ah, okay.
So I've just sort of designed this guy to sort of be basically you guys' first boss.
Oh, okay.
Hint, I would calling
so we
him
were
boss
supposed to
guy.
fight
Well, I mean, we're not necessarily supposed to fight him, but
All right. He actually misses with the first shot.
good.
And the second one he is potentially going to hit. Give me a dodge roll, Alex.
Okay, I don't specifically. It's like dodges because I have the combat reflexes, don't I? Which is like an extra +1 or something.
I can double check.
It says +1 active defense, which I assume is dodge as
Yes.
well. Okay, so so my dodge, the default dodge is 8 apparently on this.
Yep.
But then I get +1 because of that. Is there any other kind of thing? Because I can't remember.
That should be it. Are you presently carrying all your equipment, aka your spacesuit and all that, or did you leave that back on the ship?
That's a very good question. No, yeah, you're probably right. Actually, I would probably have it all on me. So yeah, I'm actually slightly burdened, down to 7 then. It looks like. I fail that miserably.
Wow.
He hits me.
Yes. Now thankfully it's only a normal laser pistol, not a heavy laser pistol. What's his dealio here? So this is going to hurt a lot.
I don't know, maybe not. I've got my ablative nanoplast trench coat on.
All right. The ablative will be useful there. So what's your armor?
I mean, I get +30 DR versus burning and crushing.
All right.
By any type of laser.
Well,
So
this
basically,
this is the laser, so that will
I
actually
got completely absorb that.
Get completely absorbed. But the fight is on, guys.
Yeah, my trench coat saves my life.
Yes. You're like, whoosh. All right, I'm going to need everybody to roll me some initiatives here.
Okay.
So technically I should just go for basic speed, but I think rolling initiative would be more fun in this case. So basically,
I'm not sure how I do this.
So for this round, we'll just do your roll and then add your basic speed.
So 3d6 plus my speed.
Yes. So you guys give me.
Aye. So I have 17 then.
Gepwin 17.
With 0.5.
Oh, I'm a bit slow.
And I should probably.
At least I got my gun out.
Yeah. I forgot to bring up the mooks. There we go. I should probably have both these guys right next to each other in my little organization of random crap. There we go. And what's his basic speed? It is 5, and the Books is also 5, so. Well, I guess it kind of makes sense since he's already technically gone. I'll just have the Books go at the same time.
Damn mooks.
Yep. So 11 and 16. And what was your guys's? Gepwin, you're 17.5. Mel?
Yep.
Oh, do you include the 0.5s?
Yeah.
Then mine in total was 12.5. Bit slow off the bat, bit flat-footed today.
All right.
I got my pistol
16.5.
out, Mel.
16.5?
12.5, because I added the 4 already. I got a really bad roll.
Okay. Bill, what was your 16.5?
16.5.
And Jar?
It's our roll plus what?
Plus your basic speed, which is on the left of your character sheet.
I got a 21 then.
All right. Then Jar, you
Holy
go
crap.
first.
All right. Is there any mechanics to, like, I don't know, using this NPC in the top right as a human shield?
You could attempt a grapple.
All right. I guess I'll do that.
All right. Give me a. You got a relevant skill here? You got accounting. No, that's not going to work here.
Accounting.
So you don't seem to have a direct brawling skill, so I'll look up the defaults on that. But go ahead and give me a roll, and we'll do the calculations here in a moment. Actually, we'll go with grappling. I think is a separate skill. So you want to grapple him, eh?
Not a bad idea, to be fair. Not a bad idea.
Actually, grapple is apparently not a separate skill. I'll just go with that. I'll use the yeah, we'll just go for brawling. Sorry, I don't know all the things.
Grappling's always the hardest part of RPGs for some reason.
Rules. What are these here? All right, default.
Can we use knot tying to pin his arms?
Well, if you got some rope handy.
No, just tie his arms in knots.
Do I have rope? No. No.
So it does not have any basic defaults here. Which is a little weird, actually. So we'll just say that you gotta say a -5 to from your dex. So that's probably not going to help then. So you basically try to grab this guy, and he's like, "What the hell are you doing?"
You instead of grabbing him aggressively and using him as a shield, you caress his cheek.
Yeah, unless your dex is high, but not that high. So he seems very uninterested in getting grappled here. Though, I guess
Guess I'm
technically,
back here now, though.
technically, I'm going to give him a roll. Okay, yeah, he's quite uninterested, quite slippery for your attempts here. So then you move over there. Okay. Next up is Gepwin. What you doing?
Hi. Hoping that the guy behind me doesn't expect it, I'm going to spin around and stab him in the neck with the trank dart I grabbed.
All right. Give me a dex roll. Unless you have a skill that really works here.
Oh. Now, dex is 12. I don't know if I have a skill that works, though.
All right.
I don't think I have very many melee.
This would be effectively a knife attack. Knife 208. It's the page I need to look at real quick. Defaults to special. It's dex -4 if easy. And this is knife, which is not listed here, so I have to look at a different page, of course. Maybe it is. I don't know. Oh gosh. Small sword, savior, rapier. Wish I had better lighting in here. Oh gosh. Pull weapons, swords, and knife. Easy. So, all right. So that'd be dex -4.
Then I lost by 4.
All right. Okay then. So you attempt to do that. He sort of, steps out of the way, and your attempted stabbing does not go through very well. You can still make a move if you wish, up to half move.
Well, since I didn't move, I was going to just switch over to having my gun ready so I don't have to draw.
All right. So you'll then use your movement to basically get your gun ready.
Yes.
Now, what ammo do you have in there presently?
Should be trank darts, so I should have like 2 shots of trank dart before I have to reload the danged thing.
Okay. Well, hey, there's two mooks on the right next to your robot friend there.
Yeah, I was hoping to take out one, but apparently I'm very bad at stabbing people.
Yeah. It's not something you do very often.
No.
All right. Up next is Bill.
Okay, I will. I'll turn to the guy to my right and give him a zap.
All right, Bill. I will offer you up an option of sorts. I will say that since you've been looking at the boss guy, that you will have effectively a aiming bonus on him of +1 if you want to go.
Sure, yeah, I'll shoot him instead.
Him.
Yeah, I'll keep targeted on the boss guy and shoot him.
Give me a attack roll, and you'll get a +1 to your skill. Are you doing a normal attack, or are you going to do an all-out attack?
What's all out?
All out means you will not get a defense this turn, an active defense, but it gives you potential for some bonuses here. Let me double check the thingamajig here. Yeah, so all out attack. So you could do determined, which will give you a +4 to hit. Okay. You are not able to do a feint because that's not the kind of weapon you got here. And that one is also, yeah. Sorry, I'm doing things. You could also do suppression fire, but I'm not sure if that'll be quite relevant here. Yeah. So because this is a ranged attack, this will be a +1 hit, so you'll get effectively a +2 to fire at this guy.
Okay, yeah, I guess I don't need to do all out, right? Because then I can't defend if I do, right?
Correct.
I was like, I'm not in any danger at the moment. That shot.
Yeah.
My armor's ablative, so yes, it's lost 1 point of its DR. It's still fine.
Okay, so I'll just do a regular shoot at him.
Yes. Yeah. If you like, yes. Go for it.
Okay, so I just want to get under the number, right?
Yes.
Like under my innate attack.
Yes.
Equal or under, yeah.
Equal or under, and you got a +1 to that skill as well. So.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
That is fantastic.
Oh, there you go.
I mean, the +1 would be to the skill, not the roll, because +1 to the roll
Oh,
technically
right,
makes
right.
it worse. But yes,
Right.
either way, you've still rolled really well. What was your actual hit? Is it 13 or better? Your
15.
skill? Wow, so you basically beat it by 12.
Yep. So,
Now
Nice.
the boss guy's dead.
Maybe.
My beam is unfortunately not that strong, actually.
Okay.
So let me double check something here to see how crazed this may be. Where is that? I wanted to double check the critical hit sort of stuff here, because you might have gotten that. So, where is? Dang it! Why is this not right here? It should be right here. All the combat stuff, but you know, critical hits. 5, 5, 6. I was 1 page away. Okay. All right. So you effectively rolled a 4. What's your effect skill at this point with the +1? Never mind. So it's a critical hit. So he gets no defense. Let's say, give me another roll. We're gonna roll on the critical hit table.
Just another 3d6.
Yep.
You know, if you drop the boss before I manage to shoot him, I'm going to be impressed, but slightly disappointed as well.
Got a 16.
All right. 16 is the blow does double damage. So what's your damage on your weapon?
It's unfortunately only 2 dice.
So roll me 4d6 then. Do 11. What's his guys' armor here? His armor. Well, I guess for better or worse, you did not shoot him in certain areas, but a lot. This is burning, right?
Yeah.
All right, what kind of armor has he got? He does not have ablative, so that's not going to be too useful for him there. So he's going to take pretty much most of that damage.
Awesome.
And I now have to roll for him to stay conscious. And he is down.
Wow.
Thanks for that. I guess I'm just going to have to draw my pistol and turn around and shoot one of the other mooks.
I should do a thingamajig on him now. So he's unconscious.
Cool.
Yes. So you give him a good zap, and he's like, ah! You see, he's really good at shooting people, not so good at taking damage.
Yeah, he also needs to have a better gun. I mean, the gun he had wasn't particularly great. I mean, I've got a heavy laser pistol, but I think even my pistol would struggle to penetrate my armor until at least it's worn it down. But yeah, he's having fun down there behind his desk.
Yeah, the other gun he has is a Gauss machine pistol. So the ablative,
that sounds more horrible.
Yeah, it's only piercing minus, so it's not too great, but it is a different damage type. Yes.
Yeah, my ablative wouldn't be as helpful because it's only burning or crushing.
Oh, I forgot these also have armor dividers. Don't worry about it.
Yes, the heavy pistol does as well. It's just a 2-pointer.
All right, I think so. It's the Mook's turn. They just saw their boss get zapped by the robot between them. I actually am going to change character sheets so I can look at them properly. I'm going to give them both a willpower roll to see if they keep fighting. One of them, it's their turn. One of them, let's say high is right, low is left. Low is left. This guy next to Simon is like, crap. He is pulling out his weapon, but he decides to throw his hands up in the air and seems to be surrendering. The other guy, on the other hand, sees this robot, zap the boss guy, and he wants to do something about that. What sort of weapons this guy got? He is going to pull out his laser pistol and give you a shot, shoot at you, Bill. Oh, and I also forgot to roll for Alejandra. Yeah, she's pretty slow, so. So this is this guy's attack. He's going to try to laser you, Bill. Oh, that's not very good for you. What's his skill here? So that is a potential hit. Give me a roll, Bill. Roll under your dodge if you dare.
Where's my dodge?
It's in the essential middle. So under the description box, there's encumbrance, move, and dodge.
Oh,
box.
encumbrance, move, and dodge. Gotcha.
Yes.
Okay. Oh, my dodge is not very good.
And I'll have Mel go next, since technically she should go before the spooks, but...
I do not dodge.
Oh no, he's going to do you some damage. And... roll... Actually...
I reject his damage. I do not accept.
He goes bazap. And technically I should be doing multiple shots on these guys, but, this is early campaign. I don't want to kill you guys too quickly.
We've just taken down what you admitted to be a mini-boss in one shot.
Yeah,
so
he was very dangerous. He, as I said before, he's just a glass cannon. So if he had managed to get through your armor, it would have been a bad time. But
Oh yeah, that wouldn't have been happy. 11 would have insta-popped me if I hadn't got my armor. But I've got a trench coat and some regular kind of nano-weave underneath that. So I'm quite well armored to say that it's not obvious that I'm armored.
Yes.
You know what's really exciting?
What?
I forgot to finish purchasing equipment at character creation, so my armor is extremely minimal.
Well,
But you're basically made of armor.
Yeah, you are made of armor.
You still got damage reduction, right?
I do.
All right, I will be.
I gotta find it. My character sheet's such a mess.
Your character sheet says you have a DR of 6 in most places, so we're gonna go with that. Let me double check something so I make sure I'm doing the damage here properly, because I wasn't before. And damage. Visor. All right, so this guy's weapon does have a armor divisor of 2, so your armor of 6 only counts for 3. So you will take 10 points of damage.
Yeesh.
He goes bazap with his laser pistol, basically pointing right at your big sphere there.
I think I only have 10 hit points.
So you are now at 0. You are just barely holding on. You have the option to effectively fall unconscious, but you are not below 0 yet, so you do not have to roll. At least I'm going to say that for the moment. I should double check that later.
Okay.
So it's down.
When Hexlug gets hit, he just goes shit, and then wavers and wobbles, and his legs are really unsteady.
I'm guessing he kind of falls over like our modern day walking robots. Kind of like he's doing all right for a while, and then one foot just doesn't quite move it, and it just topples over and doesn't know what to do.
He kind of slips a little on the tile floor or whatever.
All right. Alejandra is going to... it's time for her to act. So this guy's down.
Damn it, she's going to take that guy out. I'm not going to get to shoot anyone. She's just kill stealer.
She's going to go over to this guy, and she's going to throw a mighty punch. Where are ya? Punch, yes. All right, so she has skill 14. She's not feeling too invested here. That'll be good enough. Guy will attempt to dodge. And he will fail to dodge. Oh no!
This is going to hurt him a lot.
Well, not as much as laser fire does, so... what was it? Plus what here? Yeah. She's like... anyone here familiar with Linkara?
Nope.
Okay. Then I will not reference something here. This guy's going to take 10 damage of being punched in the chest.
Ouch.
Yeah, so he is... there we go. He now has... actually, doesn't have any armor. No. I should be checking these things before I start doing numbers. He has 1 point of armor. Not good enough.
Yay.
He has 4 hit points left. He's not looking so good. So up next is Melek.
Woohoo!
Alex, what do you do? This guy's...
So I pull my gun out. Partway through pulling it out, the guy shoots me. It deflects off my trench coat, and then suddenly laser just whooshes past my head. Apart from roughly at that moment, it strikes the guy just fucking straight in the middle of the chest or something like that, and he goes down. So I'm like, well, there are 2 mooks behind me. I spin round. One of them's surrendered. The other one's just been punched by a Dalek. But it's not gone down, so I'm just gonna shoot the guy that's directly to my north that's still standing.
All right, give me a roll. Give me an attack.
Okay.
Wait, isn't that the guy that's surrendering, or is it the other guy?
No, the guy on the left is surrendering. The guy on the right shot you.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
The guy on the right, I'm gonna shoot him
So I'll signify
with my
him
heavy
as-
laser pistol. Which
He's heartbroken about the situation.
I make it back 2.
All right, he will attempt to dodge. He will fail to dodge. You're always a damage.
Okay, I have a armor divider of 2.
Yep.
So that what little armor he's got's not going to account for much.
Yeah. So pretty much I'll go through.
11 points of laser damage.
All right. He is going to be not happy. He is going to attempt to stay
But you have
conscious,
no-
and he will
Oh.
actually stay conscious.
But he hasn't got any health left, has he? So he's pretty much down, I'm guessing.
He's looking very, very unhappy. I should be technically rolling for major wounds, but for these guys, but we're not going to worry about that quite yet. We'll worry about
So
that
is he
for you.
still up and a threat then?
Yeah, he's still standing. He just looks very, very, very in bad shape. And it's not his turn, too, so... the boss is already down. Jar, it's your turn. Do you want to finish this guy off?
Yeah, smack him.
Yes.
Blow on him in a comic way and make him fall over.
Yeah, I don't think I have any weapons at the ready, actually. I think everything is still in the bag.
Well, you
yeah.
can pull
Punch
something
him.
out real quick.
Hit him with your weed bag.
Oh, how much does that brick weigh?
No, because it'll burst open and the air will be filled with weed, and then the station police will charge in, and it'll all end really badly for
Or
us.
your laser pistol will catch it on fire and we'll have a lot of fun.
Oh, we won't remember the fun, but, you know. Yeah.
Alright, could I just kick him into the wall?
All right, give me a
Yeah,
roll.
just smack him.
I did find your combat stuff on your character sheet.
Oh,
What'd you get?
15.
You do a impressive swing of your leg near his face, but he's not too impressed by this. Sorry, Jar.
Bad rolls.
All right, Gepwin, you're up next.
I guess I'll just try to finish him off with the trank dart.
Okay, give me a roll.
Can I hit something?
All right, does that meet your skill?
Innate attack. Where'd it go?
Your innate attack should, yeah, it makes it by enough. So,
Excellent. Got him.
all right, and
Okay.
he will attempt a dodge. And let's see if that's going to be a dodge for him. Nominally, but he's also taken a lot of damage. So I'm going to, so because of that, there's some specifics I should be, subtracting from that. But if it's anything more than 0, he's not going to dodge. I'm going to now roll for, do you roll for the health or do I? I forget.
Oh, I can't remember on these things.
Yeah. So there's a lot of moving parts here. It's
The
not you.
tranquilizer dart
Yes.
is
When do you-
breakable.
So it does damage and has the effect. So, go ahead and roll me 1d.
All right, that's the small one.
So 3, and that's piercing minus, which I believe does something specific here. Can never remember this one here. I think it's like piercing minus like divides the damage that gets through armor by 2 or something like that. So he takes a point of hit point of damage. So it's now -8. No, that's not quite right. So he's at -8 total. That's not doing it here. 0. Then we're going to go -8. There we go. All right, he's going to roll to try to stay conscious, and he's down. So you trank him, he falls over. Also, yeah, he's double unconscious now. And so
everyone got to shoot someone. Hooray!
Yep.
Okay, I'm gonna go up to the guy that surrendered. And I'm gonna make sure that he fucking finishes surrendering. But he threw his gun away, didn't he?
He was mid pulling it out. He kind of let go of it. It fell to the floor.
Cool. I'm gonna grab his gun. I'm gonna take all the guns that got pulled out on us.
All right. Then the guns are 3 laser pistols and the gauze weapon there.
Okay, is that like in the tech book thing? The laser
yes.
pistols, I'm assuming are,
Yeah,
and the gauze pistol.
Yeah, the gauze machine pistol is the option there.
Okay, guns and launchers, 135. I'm just making sure that they haven't got them, and I might sell them later. They tried to kill us, so fuck them. they void their stuff. I'm gonna make sure the boss guy's still alive. Is he?
Let's find out. He's looking not so good. He's not
Is he
dead,
getting
but
worse?
he is getting worse.
Okay, I'm gonna open up my backpack, and I'm going to use my diagnostic smart bandage spray to stabilize him, which I assume it kind of does. I don't know how it works.
Give me a first aid roll.
Just
make sure you don't screw it up.
First aid. I'll try my best. Yeah, he'll explode or something. Yeah. First aid. Well, hopefully it's just like kind of find where he got shot by the robot and spray this smart bandage on him. I don't know. First aid.
Do you have a page number for that equipment?
I will find that the moment I've done my roll. I made it by 3. Diagnostic bandage spray, double click, page number, 199 it says.
Alright, okay, 199, diagnosis smart bandage, correct?
Yes, spray bandage.
After 10 minutes of the treatment, the bandage gets a first aid roll to determine success. Alright, so you make a good choice of where to spray him down, and we'll say he's stabilized.
Cool, because I don't particularly want him to die. I'm not like a murderer, but if he died because I shot him, then or someone shot him, I wouldn't care. That's kind of Alex's thing.
His philosophy of murder. I mean, death. Oh, yes.
Yeah, I mean, he, if I accidentally killed him, then that's fine. But I'm not gonna just let him die. That's nearly murder. Cool. I'll reduce my number of spray uses by 1. Awesome.
All right. So
okay,
we should make sure Hex is okay, and then should we handcuff or knock out the guy who surrendered?
I've got handcuffs, heavy duty handcuffs. I'll throw a pair of heavy duty handcuffs your way.
I did notice I have rope in my backpack again.
Hooray! Jar's quantum equipment. It's both there and not there at the same time.
Okay, I'm going to pop my head up from behind the desk because I'm guessing that's kind of where I am sorting this guy, and I'm going to turn around and say, well, unfortunately, this guy survived, and he'll have a headache in the morning, and he'll be a little bit pissed off he messed with us, but apart from that, he'll be fine. What about those two?
Well, how about those two?
Well, one of them's surrendering.
Finished handcuffing the surrendery guy.
Does Mel have any interesting skills here?
I'd like to handcuff him to something, maybe like the desk or things, so he can't come after us or raise alarms.
This is a far future space station, so of course there's going to be weird pipes and things like that in a place like this, just kind of in the wall.
Well, I mean,
handcuff
to be honest,
him to a random pipe.
To be honest, the handcuffs are very much a case of, just for now, when we leave, I'm taking the handcuffs with me because they're valuable. I mean, they're not like a fortune, but, you know.
Oh,
not leaving
maybe
them behind.
Maybe we should just stab him with the trank dart then.
Hey, if that's easier, but doesn't that use up a use of your trank? tranquilizer stuff.
Yeah,
Might as
but
well
we're on
keep
a
hold of
space
it.
station, so I don't have to worry about it too much.
Fair enough. Whatever you want, mate.
So Abel comes over and starts looking over your work, Alex. She's just kind of
Okay, cool.
curious. So,
I'll turn back to her and say, yeah, I wouldn't be particularly bothered if this guy had died instantly, but yeah, no point in just letting him die. He'll regret messing with us when he wakes up. He'll have a hell of a headache.
she shouts once again, "I hope you are right."
I'm gonna search the guy for valuables. I've got no shame. He did try and kill us, so taking his valuables is the least of his worries.
Right, he doesn't have anything too valuable other than his weapons and his his outfit, which does appear to be some sort of standard nano we've set up here.
Cool.
Yeah, and he has. Let's find out how much money he has on his personal credit chip. He has $102.
I can distribute that, I suppose. I'm guessing this stuff's traceable, so if we did steal his money, or is it the chit itself is kind of the value? It's you know what I mean? It's like a self-contained, like modern day,
This
present
is
day notes.
sort of the universal currency that's common in this area of space. It is traceable to a point. You basically have to get a hand of the actual chip, and if nobody other than you guys have a handle with it, and it is drained and it's flushed out into space, well, then nobody can really find it probably.
Cool. We haven't got a party loot kind of central place, so what I'll do is I'll put a equipment container on my sheet, and I will just put it as party loot, because I don't know whether anybody gives a shit about dividing up the money. I don't know, but I'll put it in there.
It's up to you guys.
I think we're all rich anyway.
Well, I'm not. I've only got like 1,922 credits at the moment to my name, and that includes my winnings and the money I earned from the job. I spent like almost every credit. I had less than 1,000 left out of my 50,000.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
Sure.
I was nuts. I really went nuts spending stuff. I actually ended up spending 10,000 on one item, which I've yet to use.
That's your
I spent a
friend,
total of
right?
1,800.
No. That's the space biosuit.
Oh yeah.
Whoa, what a very
that's
expensive little friend.
Well, we never finished fleshing out the friend, so I don't really know what the deal. We'll have to sort that out at some point.
Yeah.
But either way, that's not irrelevant. It's yeah. Body load. I'm gonna just put that in here.
All right. So while all this is going on, Bill, what are you up to? You got a pretty big zap there, and you probably should get some repairs done.
Yeah, I'm imagining that, after I sort of comically scrambled on the floor a little bit after getting my bell rung, I'm, sort of like inwardly drawn, and the little, telescoping snake arms are trying to sort out what went wrong and trying to put things back into place, and, fumbling and a little bit, panicked. Just trying to make sure that I'm, not critically damaged and whatnot.
Yeah. So that laser beam came out of nowhere, and because you're so focused on zapping the main guy, apparently, you may have caught the guy pulling his gun and pointing it in your general direction, but it was too late. And so there's a little bit of a hole in your side. It's not super large, but there's a lot of melting that happened.
Rude.
Yes. Jar, what do you
Yeah,
up to?
so one of the fingers on the little telescoping arm is poking through the hole.
It's like, oh dear.
Was this guy to my left handcuffed to something?
The guy to your immediate left is unconscious on the floor. It's the other guy that's handcuffed.
The one on your, because you're facing downwards. So basically, the one that's got a broken heart is the one that's surrendered and is handcuffed. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. I guess I could tie the one to the left of me. I guess I could tie his arms behind his back.
Okay.
Haven't done much yet.
Well, you still had a little bit of adventure today.
was about to say, I mean, all I did is get us into a fight. That's basically it.
I did a cool kick.
Well,
Yeah,
I'll make
I
sure
took a
my
hit.
tank stuff's reloaded because I don't trust that his sidekick there won't hear gunshots and come back.
Oh, true.
So, for the record, Cletus didn't actually stay here. He actually went back to his desk. So,
Yes, yeah, I remember
okay.
you said that he left.
so I just didn't bother to put him all the way back. You don't know what's actually happening in the room, so who knows? Maybe they're having another fight already.
I guess I don't need to roll to tie his arms behind his back, right?
Nah.
All right.
You can take your time doing it. And
I
Simon,
vote we just knock this guy out and get next to some mechanics.
I'm gonna search his desk, guy. I'm gonna search him for any information.
all right, give me a roll.
Oh, that's a good idea. Maybe a search roll.
Yes.
Search. That. There we go. Made it by 7.
Yeah,
That's a
pretty
damn good roll.
Yes. You find lots of miscellaneous papers. It's pretty clear that this guy's involved in some sort of organized crime of some sort. Seems kind of small time, but definitely someone who has a lot of either friends or people that he gets along well enough to work with.
What I'm going to do is, with my little personal my small computer, I assume it's some sort of like tablet type thing. I'm going to just take a picture of all the information so I can blackmail him with it potentially, or just simply transmit it anonymously to the appropriate authorities. I don't like this guy. I really don't like this guy.
What else is this guy involved in here? There is a some basically personal computers, like iPad sort of deals, stacked in one of the backs of one of the drawers, seemingly kind of out of the way, but easy to get to if he so needed to, sort of situations.
Okay.
So feel free to, are you going to grab those? Are you going to leave them, or?
What was that? Sorry again. My brain was elsewhere. Sorry.
Effectively, some tablet computers.
Oh yeah, I mean, if it's valuable, we might as well grab it, because at the end of the day, it's it's stuff, and it might have information on it. I've still got the computer that we got from, and I can't remember her name, the person who was with Mob, the android. I've still got her computer that I never actually got around to investigating.
Yes. All right, so you grab those. There appears to be some personal knickknacks. There's like a change of clothes in one of the drawers, and that's about it.
Okay, cool. So what is it, like a small computer that I've found or something?
Let's say 2 small computers.
Okay.
There's also a third one, but it's it's kind of in pieces.
Cool.
Yeah. There is also on the top of the desk the sort of transmitty thing which he's been sort of talking to the folks in the other room with. Has send and receive capabilities, so it's sort of a two-way communication device.
Cool.
Also, because you investigated so well, I will say that you do notice that it's on record mode.
Oh, so it was recording everything that's just happened.
Yes.
Okay, I'm going to erase it.
All right.
Smashy, smashy.
And yeah, I'm going to erase it first, then I'm going to just I'm just going to shoot my fucking no, I'm going to shoot one of the laser pistols we found, and I'm just going to pump a few shots into it to destroy it.
All right. Sounds good. Anybody else doing anything before you guys think about moving on?
So I have a question, and this is like, this is basically just like a RP versus rules thing.
Yeah.
But so given that I am a robot,
Yes.
and presumably everything I do is recording in some fashion, and that's how my memory works, am I able to have basically transmittable recordings of what just went on? Or do I actually have to have an item in my inventory that is like a recording device?
Well, you do have edict memory, so you do have photographic recollection of everything you encounter. That said, the question is, can you download it to somebody for somebody else's usage?
Right. Like, I guess, is it in a format that can be shared?
Technically, if you have some way to transmit it, yes. But
Okay.
But otherwise, it's stuck in your head, and that's about it. So
Right.
I don't believe...
Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to do anything with it right now. It's just like something that I wanted to know about for when Hex is not concerned about his physical well-being anymore.
Okay.
But basically, my thought process was that we witnessed him speaking about the station commander more or less being on the payroll.
Yeah.
So I was going to transmit that either to some higher level of authorities or possibly just directly back to Khan, just to see what he wanted to do with it.
Interesting.
Probably send everything back to Khan, to be honest, because I report directly to him.
Would it be...
So just assume that everything I do, I transmit back to him, for that matter, now that I think of it.
Eventually, you can't do it right now, because I don't believe you have
right, yeah.
Any telecommunications options.
I don't have an interstellar communication system built into my little sphere body.
Not yet.
But yeah, like when we get to some sort of terminal or back onto a ship or whatever, like, make my report and download all the sensory data of everything we've been doing since last transmission.
In fact, I don't think you actually presently have a way to hook up to computers, even at a terminal.
You need that. Get one of them, and then you're absolutely sorted as far as.
Yeah, that's part of the forgot to finish shopping thing. So I'll sort that out too.
So it's maybe you.
Yeah, I was looking at my character sheet and I was like, my equipment list is really small. I've only spent like less than $2,000 on equipment. I forgot to finish shopping. God damn it.
Yeah, I'd spent 49,000 something or other.
Well, there is some shops on the station. They are more of the Walmart stuff, but given there's clearly some criminal element here, there might be ways to find other things if you guys are going to sniff around the right places. Though, given that you did get in a little bit of a fight with one of the boss people, well, maybe be careful.
Yeah, I'm not going to super worry about the shopping spree or whatever catch up at the moment.
I'm gonna
just
leave a little
minor stuff, probably like transmission equipment or hookup equipment, whatever. Interface.
I'm gonna leave a kind of with my left. I mean, in fact, actually, you know what? Do either of these computers look like they are just useless as far as the information goes in them, or
they are password protected.
Okay. So there's no way I can just leave a message on one of them. Fair enough. What I'll do is I'll keep hold of them anyway, and I'm going to leave a little note on... I'm sure there's got to be a bit of paper, a little note that I can leave, and turn around and say...
This guy's desk is full of papers. There's a lot of random scrawled notes that most of them don't make any damn sense. So it's sort of like 515 Joe. It's like, okay.
I'm going to sweep all the notes into a drawer, and I'm going to leave one note on top of his desk that I'm going to write and turn around and said... could have left you to die. I think we're even. That's it.
Okay.
And I'm also going to make sure that other guy doesn't end up carking it. Is he stable or?
Yeah, he actually stabilized on his own.
Cool. Well, that's all right then.
He's not bleeding out. Hooray! Gepwin, what are you up to?
Just been watching him search things and keeping an eye on Mr. Still Alive over here, I guess.
You know what?
Double check on Hex, make sure he's not about to immediately keel over.
Yes.
I've changed my mind. I'm going to leave the computers, because otherwise it might have information that he has to come after us to get back. The weapons are something he can replace. So yeah, I'm going to leave the two computers behind.
All right.
I actually realized that I have perfect balance, so it may not be possible for me to keel over.
Yay.
Be more of like you slowly set yourself down. It's like,
Yeah, just sort of like hang by my legs.
yes. It's like, my power systems are not operating at full capacity. I need to not move anymore. Anyway, so Mel wanders over and says, "Thank you."
Hey, no problem. We're not gonna let that guy bully us.
Good idea.
Cool. I'm gonna reload my weapons, check them on, make sure there's no damage. Not that I really fired any more than one shot out of it anyway. And yeah, stash everything and let's get out of here.
Should we ask Mel if she knows a good mechanic for Hex?
She looks down at herself and then at Hex and then down at herself. I believe we both need mechanics. I think I know a guy.
We'll follow your lead then.
All right. She heads on out. Out in the hallway here, you guys can hear the cheering of the crowds and such. Apparently, they're on to the next fight. She seems uncertain about going to that door right in front of them. Right in front of you guys.
Yeah, it's probably not such a great idea. Otherwise, we're going to probably get into a fight with a few of the other people there. The guards.
Jar.
Hi.
How'd you get in this place anyway?
Yeah, way over there.
So, are you going to mention to the groups that there might be another exit?
Ah, yes. So there is another exit that I managed to stumble upon.
Excellent.
It's that last door where we were before.
Awesome.
Mel heads off that way then.
Goes right back out to the mall
All right.
area.
All right. So, you guys.
I'm going to uncuff that guy and take my handcuffs back, and I'm going to point the gun straight at his head and say, "Don't follow us. We left you guys alive. Don't expect there to be any debts to pay here." Yeah?
Yeah. He nods and says, "You have my assurances. I will not be following you."
Good man. And then I'm just going to leave him there.
All right.
Sorted.
Cool. And you guys successfully escape the red pit.
Yay!
Back up to the station level.
Ta-da!
So we're off to first. Are you gonna follow Mel to the repair shop?
Yeah,
we do have
I'm
to
just
jump-
We
following
should
Mel.
probably make sure Hex doesn't die.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, we could always turn around and anyone who needs repairs, go get repairs. Everybody else, we could go back to Ethan and deliver his wallet and report that everything's good. Swap kind of contact details so that we can communicate with each other while on the station.
Not a bad idea.
Cool. All right. So who's going with Mel?
Me.
Anyone else?
So basically, the robots are going to get repaired.
All right. So
Yay.
there's a repair shop, say over here. So you guys will go.
Robot friendship adventure.
Yay! Robot
Awkward
bonding.
robot love affair.
Hooray! And the rest of you guys go and hang out with Eli. And I'll just say you guys can get back to the hospital room. And he is, he looks like he was sort of on the edge of falling asleep, but he's still in bed. And it's like, oh, hey guys, how'd it go? Did you find Mel? She's not there. He kind of looks around you guys and it's like, but she's not with you. Is she okay?
I'll hold my hand up and say, "Hey, don't worry, kid. Mel's absolutely fine. More than capable of looking after herself. She got this for you." And I'm gonna pass him the wallet.
He sees the wallet, he smiles, and he seems like about ready to jump out of bed. Then he realized, oh, I'm still kind of injured, and he accepts the wallet happily and says, "Thank you very much. And if you see her before I do, make sure she hears that as well. That I thank her. All right." And
Yeah, I'll nod.
he puts it on the desk by his bed here. I'm gonna be kind of stuck here until the doctor comes in, but you guys are welcome to hang out for a little while.
Yeah, no problem.
They they say I'm mostly good. I just want to make sure that I'm not going to break something again. Getting out of here. So
Cool.
You gonna give him the rundown of what happened, or gonna leave it a mystery?
Yeah, might as well. I'm gonna give him basically, as far as I can see, tell him about the fight. Tell him about the guy that tried to double cross Mel. Tell him that we got the wallet. Let me think how much. I will tell him that there was a couple of people. It's been a bit of a tough day. A couple of people actually ended up dead, although none of our guys' faults.
He seems
That's
very
how I'm gonna word it.
unhappy with this.
Yeah, and I'm gonna be like, it's yeah, one of them fighting in the pit, which is he knew what he was getting into, I guess.
He sort of looks down and he's like, I wish he wouldn't beat up people like that.
I didn't specifically mention that Mel did it, but yeah, he's probably putting two and two together.
He makes some assumptions and puts one and one and one together.
It's not a difficult one, yeah.
Why'd she have to go there? I asked her not to, but she wanted to make sure I got everything back. Anything else?
I'm just updating some. No, not really. I'm just updating some notes as well on my character sheet.
Right. Gepwin and Jar, you're there too if you want to talk to this guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't got much to say.
You guys are not much of talkers. All right.
No. We're more into action. Like,
yes.
Oh look, this guy's trying to con us. Fuck him. It's like, no, we're gonna shoot him instead.
Yeah, if this guy wants to have a gunfight, they'll be fine.
I was gonna say we could ask him about the ship murder, but I don't know if he's gonna know more than Mel did.
Yeah, I think I was planning on seeing if I could find some manifest or some open logs about the ship. When it arrived, when it departed.
Right.
Maybe see information like that. But for now, we're kind of just chilling, waiting for our metallic friends to get themselves repaired. So we're at full strength. Oh yeah, that's a good point. I'm gonna get my my repair swarm bots and get them to, because they are designed to repair. Guess what they are designed to repair?
Your armor?
Ablative, yeah, exactly. Ablative nanoplast armor. Yes. So they're gonna repair my armor while I'm chilling.
All right, they'll get to work and. Anything else from you guys? We're gonna go over to Bill and Melhandra.
We can go over to Bill.
Right. There you can go over.
So Mel shows you to a kind of a seedy looking shop not too far out of the shopping district, a few levels down, and she says to you, "This guy has helped me out before. He is pretty good."
Okay, I go in.
Right. So the guy running the shop, is actually presently working on a rather large-looking robot. He seems kind of confused by you guys coming in here, but he moves out from underneath the massive hulking beast of metal there and gets up and says, "Here for repairs."
Yes, please.
I'll have to have a full look at you. Both of you? Mel, you look pretty beat up. She says, "Yes, I was punched by someone who was actually pretty strong. It hurt." All right. Which one of you want to go first?
I immediately step forward.
Mel sighs, but
Do you have an actual hole in you?
This is fair enough, yeah.
the guy comes up to you and has a look. He's like, "Well, that's pretty bad. But thankfully, it's probably not going to kill you. Got pretty close to one of your processors, though. That been bad. All right. I'll do some calculations and see what the bill is for repairs, and then we'll get started, eh?
Okay.
All right. And I think this is a good place to leave today's episode, or this adventure, this session. There we go.
We got there eventually. It's cool.
Yes. So, a little longer than I was planning, but I was uncertain if you guys were going to actually get in a fight or not, so.
Well, that's cool. The fight was alright.
Yes.
The guy went down. He's alright.
Indeed.
We're always going to get in a fight.
I probably should have had him try to fire at your face.
Yeah, I've got the
Oh my
shades,
God.
but beyond that, yeah.
Fireproof sunglasses.
Well, yeah, I do actually have armored shades, which are how much do you, they're not ablative, so they're not going to protect me a huge amount. But yeah, my eyes actually have a damage resistance of 15.
Yes.
But
bad.
my face has fucking nothing.
Shoot him in the face. Could also go after your
Exactly.
skull, which is extra crazy damage. Anyway, so you guys got any lingering questions, things you want to do before we wrap up?
No, I mean, I suppose, yeah, anything else I could leave to the next session. So the other thing is if I've noticed while wandering around the base, if there's any stalls where I can sell second-hand weapons.
Well, we'll work on that next time, I think.
Yeah, I figured that next session would be worth doing.
Anything else?
Nope.
Nope.
No.
Okay. Cool. So, once again, I'd like to thank you guys for being my players and going through my crazy town here of asteroid
Hey.
spaceness here and all that fun stuff.
No, it's cool. I'm glad. I'm happy you're running it. It's nice that that we get people to run games, because I know there's generally a lot more people wanting to play games than there are running games.
Yes.
So everybody who's running games, I very much approve of, and it's nice to have a bit of a sci-fi one as well, because a lot of people sort of default to sort of D&D and fantasy stuff, which I love, but yeah, you know, sometimes you just want to do a bit of sci-fi things and shoot people with lasers and travel through space, which is cool.
Yes,
yeah.
I do enjoy a good bit of diversity there myself.
Yes, so thank you very much for running it, and it's good. I like the voices as well.
Yeah, thank you. I'm trying to keep
I
them
agree.
unique and diverse, if I can.
It's bloody difficult. It is bloody difficult. And you know what I struggle with is when people re-meet another character that they've met before, is to remember and get the voice right again. Because sometimes
I was just going to say the same thing.
It's
Just,
such a
Like,
tricky thing.
okay,
to do.
we want to go back and meet up with the guy that we talked to at the village like 4 sessions ago.
One session ago,
Fuck.
end of last session, can be a struggle for me. Oh yeah, we continue to talk to the guy that we were halfway through talking to last session, and I can't even remember what voice. I remember
And
putting
his
on a voice.
accent has changed.
Yeah, and the players will
He's
know.
smoked a lot, so
Yeah, yeah.
He's been chain smoking for the past 10 minutes.
Hey guys,
But
how's
yes.
it going? Good to see you again.
Like, who the hell is this guy?
Oh wait, this guy's
Like,
voice is supposed to be high pitched and squeaky. Oops.
Yay. But yeah, that's cool. So thank you.
Yeah, no problem. I'm still rather you know excited that I get to finally run folks through this universe. It's been in my head for decades now, technically. So yeah,
Cool.
reimagined and rebuilt and reimagined and oh god, why did I have this have to change everything now? Sort of stuff all the time. But you know, it's like that doesn't make any sense. Why would no?
And I get to play a character that was kind of inspired by my favorite character in The Expanse. So that's always nice.
Very nice. And you are on an asteroid now. Yes.
So it does kind of work. I mean, it wasn't the way I was planning it, but I'm not quite Miller. But you know, it's sort of inspired by, I guess.
And Jar and and Gepwin, we will be running into native wildlife at some point, unless you guys get yourselves killed before then. So don't feel too left out.
No plans.
I got prepped for the ruins. I want to live to the ruins at least.
Well, that's the thing. At the moment, it's like we're on a station. We're dealing with criminals. We're dealing with crime. So it's kind of I'm like really at home at this point, being a being a private investigator with military experience. It's like,
Yeah,
yeah,
this
this
is
is
your
really
bit.
my thing. Yeah. So once we're on the planet, I'll be like, fuck this shit, it's cold. I'm going back to the space station.
But if you guys get manage to get back to Lantern and talk to Khan, and he's like, yeah, I hear you guys all had skills that came in useful for these adventures here, sort of things. And he'll be like, excellent, I made the right choice with you hiring you guys. Hooray!
Yep. Yay.
So yes, cool. Anything else I wanted to say? Yeah, you guys are pretty awesome.
Yay.
And Jar, are you going to ever reveal your secret stash now, or are you going to keep that to yourself? I'm just kind of curious.
I'll share it.
Oh my god, we're all gonna
Eventually.
smoke. Well, technically, Carter does smoke. He does smoke. I mean, probably some sort of modern, carcinogenic-free version of cigarettes,
Yeah,
but he
it's the
does
future.
smoke for effect. It is the future.
Yeah, well, they basically genetically engineered tobacco to be not nearly as harmful as it is in the modern sense, and to make it very easy to get over addiction if you get it.
Awesome. Sounds good to me.
The future is bright. It's also very dark. It's weird.
What?
Hence
There's lots of
smoking.
people getting shot by lasers.
Yes, that's the bright bit. Dark bit is they
Yes.
die.
That's why I wear shades, because of the lasers.
Yes.
Literally.
And I hope you guys are enjoying both my sort of companion NPCs for you.
Yeah.
Mel, the not quite a Dalek, but kind of has the personality of one.
Yeah, she was a bit Dalek-y, yeah.
And Eli, oh no, everyone's dying. Oh god.
I have to admit that strictly because of the icon that you're using for Mel, I just picture the machine form Terminator.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's all.
Dun, 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 dun. Dun, dun, dun,
Just
dun, dun.
perfectly normal, just walking around with the Terminator. Everything is fine.
I've had kind of a mix between the Terminator and the Crushinator.
Crushinator is also a good one.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm looking over Mel's character sheet here. I think I'm going playing her well to what I have down here. Disturbing voice, yes. She cannot float. She's not very attractive, by human standards at least. Yeah. So, but
I'm assuming that Mel was the girl that was talked about in the intro.
maybe.
Okay. That's a yes, pretty much. I'm pretty sure that's a yes. Full cybernetic replacement, female, relevant to this session. Yeah, it sounds like it might be.
Yes. Technically, I believe she can heal on her own, because her body is designed with sort of synthetic flesh in a lot of areas. But it does help that she is going to get some repairs done. So.
What I might have to do is see about getting my repair swarm bots reprogrammed for additional repair types, because at the moment they can repair one type of thing, ablative nanoplast armor. So it might be useful for me to pay a bit of money, download some programs to get them to be able to repair other things. Like
Bill.
robots. Like Bill. Like good old Lug. Good old Lug. Be useful to actually be able to repair you without having to go back to the shop.
Yeah.
So, Bill, the question is, when you get a replacement hull plate for your side there, are you going to insist on getting it painted black, or the whatever color they have handy is okay?
Gotta be black, man. Gotta be.
Good choice.
Would this guy
Well
be
said,
able
though.
to do quote unquote upgrades, aka be able to buy finish buying the armor and stuff?
Perhaps.
Okay.
So, how about we discuss that?
We'll talk about that
yes.
next time. Yeah. Or between sessions.
Between sessions. Speaking of, when do you guys want to do the next session? I should probably bring up my little calendar thingamajig here.
Yeah, that's a good
'Cause
question.
it is
That is a good question.
middle of December, so there's some holidays or some stuff here.
I mean, I'm
Probably
away...
not till January.
Yeah, I mean...
All right, Scott.
Yeah, if we're talking Saturday nights, which is what we are, then... I mean, technically I'm available on the 30th, but I doubt very much other people are.
Yeah, I'm not really available the rest of the month, I don't think.
What about the 6th, Saturday the 6th of January?
I don't think I have anything for I mean, I'm pretty much available the next 3 weekends.
I think I'm free the 6th, but I'll triple check and
What I'll do
You
is
know,
I'll
let Izixs know.
move my calendar reminder, and if it then turns out that it's not, then that's fine. I mean,
Okay, well, we'll aim for the 6th, but if anything comes up, do let us know, and we'll see how it goes. So, Jar, is that cool with you?
The 6th, I may be moving back to campus, so
let us know.
So we're probably going to be down one person at least, if we do anything in the next 3 weeks in that case.
Yeah, it looks that way. Because I think the 6th will be. I mean, realistically, I would say the 6th is the earliest I can do it. There's no point me mucking around over the Christmas period and trying to figure out what's going on.
We aren't going to have a fun holiday asteroid adventure?
we just
yes.
did.
It's a holiday in the asteroids.
We didn't mention that there was snow on the ground.
You don't have laser fights for Christmas? Or
The lasers
Hanukkah?
are only ready.
Or Kwanzaa? Kwanzaa laser fight?
This is the future, and you're in space. Obviously, the holiday is called Life Day.
Life
That's
Day.
true.
Oh, goodness sakes.
And everyone just gets depressed and tries to pretend it's a thing.
Well, in game, it's like early November, actually, but it's also in space.
Yeah, I think months are gonna not mean anywhere near as much as they do. Yeah, on one planet, it's like
Every planet has local calendar, but the sort of the universal what year it is sort of common for most folks.
It's basically a star date, is what we're saying.
Pretty much. Still,
Completely meaningless.
It's still stardate 34, whatever I had the year was in my notes, which I don't want to look up right now because I'm getting kind of antsy to get going to get the internet sorted out. Speaking of, so let's wind up the stream, recordings, all that fun stuff. So I'd like to thank my players and the people watching. You guys are all wonderful folks, and thank you very much for hanging out and enjoying and playing and doing other things. So who are you guys? Start in reverse order from all the things here. Yes, Bill, there's his contact info in the...
Those are the only links you need.
Yes.
Goodbye forever.
Char's doing the thing. Gepwin's doing a thing.
So that's me. That's Bill. YouTube.com/Bilkulp. Bill with 1 L. Twitter.com/Bilkulp. Bill with 1 L. Come hang out with me and be cool and be friends. Okay, thank you. Goodbye.
Excellent. Gepwin,
He doesn't always talk like a robot.
just when it's convenient. Don't worry, Jar, you're not irrelevant. You're like the Osu master.
But who watches Osu?
Osu fanatics like yourself, right?
It's true.
So you got your buddies. Are you Jararered on the Twitch?
That I am.
Excellent. And Gepwin, tell us about you.
I am Gepwin. You can see me play video games at youtube.com/Gepwin, and I have a new series starting next week, assuming my computer doesn't explode between now and then, which it's trying to.
Is there any previews, or are you going to leave it a mystery for your viewers?
It's a game that everyone knows, and some people have been asking me to do for a little while, and it's taking way too long to finish. But next Monday should be the first 2 episodes.
Groovy. And Melek?
Don't do anything.
Come on, you've been doing this like online video stuff probably longer than all of us, like maybe combined.
It's possible. Was it 6-7 years? What's my oldest video? I don't know. A thing. No, I'm cool. I mean, you guys check out those lot, the rest of the group's stuff. It's cool. It's all good. It's all good.
Check out everyone, including Archmage Melek on the YouTubes.
Yeah, sure.
All right. Well, let's sign off, and thank you very much.
No, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.